Hey, I'm Cody. Welcome back to Home Video Hangouts. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing a little bit of a channel update with you guys, sharing with you what I've been watching this week, both at home and in the theater, and give you some updates in terms of what you can expect as far as videos coming out in the next week and just some small changes to the channel. So let's not waste any time, let's jump right into it. Alright, so starting out with just a small update regarding the channel. I just wanted to let you guys know, for those of you who watch these weekly vlogs that I'm doing, that I'm going to be changing the time I post these from Monday to Sunday. I'm going to be posting them on Sundays at around 11 a.m. now, and my reason for doing that is just to kind of open up Monday as another time where I can post some of my primary content that appeals to a wider audience, and just hopefully bring more people to the channel. Then I wanted to share with you what I watched this week. So starting out, I watched the movie The Beekeeper. You could check out in the description below my full review of The Beekeeper, as well as it'll be linked above me here in the video. The Beekeeper was one of Jason Statham's best movies as far as I'm concerned. I really enjoyed watching it in the theater. It was an action-packed movie. It was just the right amount of time, and they incorporated some very socially relevant issues into that movie. So I was really excited to make that review for that movie, and I would highly recommend going and seeing that one. Now, another movie I wanted to share with you that I watched this week was actually a movie I watched on DVD at home. I watched the movie Almost Famous. This is a movie I've had in my collection for a little while, but I've never seen before, and while I did enjoy watching it, it definitely wasn't my favorite movie. I felt like that movie kind of dragged on for a long time, and while the source material and plot seemed pretty good, I think that they could have breathed a little more life into it, adding a little bit more humor, or just having a little bit more of some kind of like action sequences, or just more compelling things happening with the characters. I don't feel like during that film I grew to like the characters very much or feel invested in their stories. And I compare that movie to some other movies I've seen. Like, for example, I recently watched the Mark Wahlberg movie Rockstar, and I loved that movie. That was an awesome movie that has slightly similar plot to this one, but I think was done much better. So Almost Famous is a movie I would say is okay, but not a movie I'd recommend. Next, I wanted to share my thoughts on Oppenheimer. I recently picked up Oppenheimer on 4K, as I shared in my last vlog, and this week I had the chance to actually watch it. And you know, it's a very long movie. I think it was right around 3 hours, and I think my opinion of that movie, it was a great movie in terms of the production and the visual quality, and I'm so happy that they made a great 4K release of this movie, because the visuals and the audio are spectacular even without features like Dolby Vision. And I think it's important we have more movies like that that are filmed in such high quality to kind of keep physical media going. And in terms of the source material and plot itself with Oppenheimer, I think it was a well done representation of the historical events it represented. And they did some great casting. I think that all the cast was great in the roles they played. I was surprised to see that Robert Downey Jr. was in this movie. I didn't know that ahead of time. And I think that this is the kind of movie that's going to stick around in people's minds for a long time and be a very historically important movie. So I very much agree with all the positive reviews that Oppenheimer has gotten. I think if I were to say anything that this movie could have improved on, I think they could have done a little bit further editing, maybe shortened down some of the drama sequences earlier on in the movie, because I think ultimately the historical event that everything was leading up to was the most exciting part of this movie. So overall, it was great. I think it was just a little bit of a long, drawn-out movie, but a very important movie for physical media for sure. Next, I wanted to share a couple movies I saw very recently in the theater. One was Drive-Away Dolls. This was Ed Cohen's newest movie, and unfortunately was an extremely disappointing movie. You could check out my review in the comments of that one below, or sorry, in the description below for that one, as well as linked in the video here. But just a quick overview is that this is definitely not Cohen's best work. I really enjoyed some of the casting for this movie. I really liked some of the actors and actresses they used in it, and some of the big name cameos that were in it. But the plot honestly was terrible in my opinion, and The comedy fell pretty flat. When I was in the theater watching this, there's people walking out of the theater. I think that this movie needed to have more time put into it and could have been better, but ultimately even the source material needed work. So definitely not my favorite movie, not a movie I would recommend, but if you want to check out my full review, make sure you check it out. And then moving on, I also saw the movie Ordinary Angels, which also released this last week, and that, on the other hand, I thought was a very important movie to see. While it also wasn't the movie that had the best acting I've ever seen or anything like that, that's not important because the message that's in this movie and the social relevance in this movie is very important. This is a faith-based film, but it doesn't necessarily just push religious beliefs on you. It very much focuses on humanity and how important it is to look out for your neighbor and help others in need, and how that can impact your own life. And it just has a great, inspiring, and heartwarming message that I think is really important to see. So I rated that movie high in my review. I'd highly recommend you go and see that one in the theater. Again, that review will be linked in the description below, as well as should be popping up on a card in the video here, but just want to give you a quick overview of that one too. Next, I wanted to share what you can expect as far as some of my upcoming videos in the next week. So for one, I'll be sharing a video of a hidden HDR optimization menu with the Panasonic UB820 Blu-ray player that I have. I know a lot of you have appreciated the video I made about my Panasonic Blu-ray player and my experience with those, so I wanted to kind of dive deeper into that and share this hidden menu that not a lot of people know about to kind of optimize the picture if you have that Blu-ray player. I also will be doing a video where I take you on a tour through my house of all my movie posters, video game posters, and band posters that I have. I'm excited to share that with you, as I have a lot of posters I'm proud of. And then I will be sharing with you my entire video game collection. So I don't have as much of a video game collection as I used to, as I don't have as much time for games as I used to, but I do still have a pretty good collection of them, and of games I want to play. So I'll be walking through that whole collection of those with you. And then I also plan on doing a review of Dune Part 2 when it releases in theaters. I'll probably be seeing that on Thursday, and I know that's going to be a major blockbuster release with probably some awesome special effects, so can't wait to share that review with you as well. And then there could be a couple other videos I do this week that I'll leave as a surprise for you, so make sure you keep an eye on the channel later in the week to see what I'm posting. So just to round this out, thank you so much for sticking around for this whole video. I've appreciated your support with this channel so much so far, and I've especially appreciated all the comments you've been leaving on my videos, sharing your thoughts and your own experiences and what you want to see next from the channel, and I'm keeping all of that in mind. I always read all of your comments, and I always try to respond when I can, and I'm hoping that in the future I'll be able to share the most relevant content with you that you want to see regarding movie reviews and physical media collecting tips and tricks, and just want to build this community out further, as I have enjoyed doing this so far and can't wait to see more of you. All right, so I'll see you in the next video. Have a great weekend.